Bam! Welcome, guys. Glad to be back. I got this shared thing figured out. Figuring out a few more things here. So tonight we're going to talk about my new online course, the course curriculum, and I'm going to give you guys an inside look at what the course curriculum looks like. So a couple of questions. Are you guys fighting to save your house from illegal foreclosure? Did the judge grant judgment for the attorneys in your case? Are you dreading the eviction process without a game plan? Are you willing to learn how to file your wrongful foreclosure / breach of contract in federal court against the attorneys attacking your property and make them answer to you? Once you add the attorneys attacking your property to your federal lawsuit, you will be correcting the biggest mistake that most homeowners make in foreclosure court. My new online course will teach you how to fight using my non-conventional foreclosure defense strategies. My new online course is titled Wrongful Foreclosure DIY, Do It Yourself. This is the ultimate guide to your wrongful foreclosure breach of contract lawsuit and how to get it filed in federal court. My goal is to structure an affordable foreclosure defense program homeowners can use and defend their property even if they've never filed anything in court before. In my new online course, you will learn how to vacate the eviction judgment and or blow up the foreclosure case in state court. You will learn how to set yourself up for your appeal at the beginning of the judge's blatant violation of the laws and the court rules. So you're probably thinking, why should you listen to me? So I just want you to know, I have faced I've been through what you're facing right now. Yep. I know how it feels when you can't protect your family. And I decided that would never happen to me again. So I became obsessed with learning the loopholes and in the attorneys for processes and procedures and structuring legal documents to address those loopholes. This live feed is a short introduction into my new online course where I will provide the tools and you do the work. But before I get started on all that, I want you guys please to subscribe to my YouTube channel and help me out. Click the bell down below so you don't miss anything when class starts. So I'm a paralegal. I specialize in foreclosure defense, also third-party debt collections and a few other things, but we're going to stick with those two things for now. And I enjoy teaching others how to protect their property. I'm going to share my screen and give you a tour inside my new online course. So let me figure out how to open the share screen here. And let's see how this works out. Okay, so this is what the school looks like. And then you click on that little thingy right there, and it takes you to the admin section where your school is ready for some students. I'm ready for students. Okay, you guys see that. I need students. So let's go on over to the course, to courses. And this is the one we want to look at. So this takes us to the sales page and the course curriculum. So we're just going to click on the sales page and then we'll get a chance to see the course curriculum. So this is what the sales page looks like. Took a lot of work to get this set up. It sure looks pretty, don't it? And then if you guys are ready to make your investment and get rolling, you have to click on enroll. We'll go back and look at the curriculum in a minute. And then when you click on the enroll, it'll take you to the checkout page where you see the investment that you're going to make here, the title, and then the options that you have. And then over here on this side, we have some reviews. And then here, these are the main points that some of the main points we're going to cover in the training. And then I offer a 2-week money back guarantee. Most people offer a 30-day guarantee, but since my documents are a little bit different than like a product or service, my guarantee is a lot shorter. So I figure in 2 weeks, you should be able to know that this is going to work for you or not. So that's my guarantee on that. 2 weeks. So let's go back here to the product page. And you can see I have a little bit about the course, and then a link to the website, and then a link to our YouTube channel so people can go and subscribe. And then the course curriculum. This is the course curriculum here. We start out at how to use this course. So we talk a little bit about the videos and the lectures and how it's structured. And then here is the course outline. We have a welcome video, a little about your instructor. We'll just click on that and see if we can. Oh no. We're going to change that and view it as a logged in user. A little about the instructor. And you can see my big dream big, make it happen. I left that big for a purpose because that's what this is all about. It's about dreaming big and making it happen. People always say, well, how many have you won? How many? Well, you know what? If you don't have the courage to step up to the plate, you ain't never going to be in a position to hit that ball or to make that basket or to get that touchdown, or in my case, to get the sack because I'm a defensive player. Okay, so let's go back out as a logged out user so we can see the course curriculum better. So a welcome video about the instructor, what to expect in this course. That's another video. The resources, I have the resources all on one page so that you can compare them all or take a look at them or whatever. You can kind of, but I also have the resources on each page that the resource is mentioned on. That way you don't have to flip back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The banker's ultimate fear. This is pretty powerful. We have a section on tips and strategies. Now, the first thing we start out with here when we're starting to get into it is the conventional foreclosure versus the non-conventional foreclosure. And I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time in that, but the conventional foreclosure only offers 3 options: loan modification, short sale, and bankruptcy. Oh, wait, there's a 4th option, excuse me. That 4th option is move out when you run out of attorney money. We have a whole bunch of different options in the non-conventional program. So the difference between the non-conventional program and the conventional program, the main difference is in the non-conventional program, you're going to learn how to hold the person responsible who initiated the foreclosure against your property. And like I said earlier, in most cases, that person's name is not even on the document anywhere. Oh, wait, it's on the document to start the foreclosure, but it's not on your lawsuit anyplace. Because most people think it's the lender going after them, and it's not the lender, it's the attorney. The attorney is the only name on the document that started the foreclosure against your property. Check. So why would you want to have the lender and all those other people? We put 3 people on your lawsuit. We put the attorney as the #1 defendant, the attorney's law firm as a second defendant to block any of the people from the law firm from helping him out or her out, and the servicer, the last servicer. And we only have those 3 because we want to force the attorney to have to protect the servicer, because the servicer charged the alleged debt off did a charge off. So they charged it off, the taxes wrote off, and then they illegally sold the alleged loan to the third-party debt collectors. So most people don't realize that the attorneys collecting against your property are collecting as a third-party debt collector. I don't know how they work the deal out, but I know that's what's going on. I have several people in our private Facebook group, Foreclosure Rescue, that have been harassing the lender, and the lender finally told them, we don't have nothing to do with it. You need to contact the attorneys. Now, setting yourself up for your appeal in the beginning, that is one of my YouTube videos. You can go to my YouTube channel and learn about that. Basically, by adding the attorney to the list as #1 defendant, that blocks the attorney from litigating the case he's a party to, and it also blocks the attorney from representing himself. But most people don't realize that the attorneys cannot represent the law firm that they're affiliated with, because that's considered pro se representation, and a corporation cannot go into court pro se. And so that's the appeal part you set yourself up for, because when you start jamming the attorney up for the misconduct that they're doing, no, the attorney's got to hire outside counsel. And they have a problem with that because it's a little complicated to hire outside attorney when the outside attorney knows that the attorney that filed the foreclosure against the homeowner is being sued in federal court for being a third-party debt collector, unlawfully foreclosing. And the reason the attorneys don't want to help the attorney with that is because they're doing the same freaking thing. That's my opinion. The magistrate judge does not have jurisdiction without your consent. And yeah, I have a video on that, and we discussed that, and we actually have a package that it's included in this course to address that situation if you need to. And it comes with a motion for reconsideration, a motion to recuse the judge, and that package also has a notice of claim, which is actually the claim. You just file it as a notice of claim to see if you can get the judge to step down and do the right thing, and to also let the other judges know that you ain't playing. Now, if you need to file it as a claim, then you just take the notice off. And then you want to make sure you add your zeros on there, whatever, how many zeros you require. I like to add 5.5. I put that on everything. It's kind of like hot wing sauce. And I had a guy tell me one day, well, how did you come up with 5.5? Because the rules say you can only do 2 times this and all this and all that. I was like, dude, who made the rules? So, yeah, you're right, the attorney. Yeah, attorneys made the rules. So I don't have to follow those rules. You can follow them if you want to. As a matter of fact, you can put like, 50,000 on it if you want to, but I'm going with the 5.5 because I'm asking for a trial by jury, and I want to make sure the jury knows that I ain't playing, and I've been injured, and I'm serious. Now, the Rooken-Feldman doctrine, I added that in here. You have the package to defend that. That's a whole scam. They say the Rooken-Feldman doctrine bars anybody from state court from filing in federal court. But if you read the lines and you read the doctrine, what they're saying is a plaintiff from state court can't lose and then use federal court as an appeals court. That's what they're saying. And you're never the plaintiff in state court. So that don't apply. And I have people, when the judge tries to, see, when you come to the table with my stuff, the judge is going to try to interfere. And not even, in most cases, let the attorneys answer because they need to, the judge needs to get control of this. So the judges will start doing all this stuff. And yeah, we have what we need in here. In this course, you will have what you need to get it done or to address whoever's blocking you from getting it done. Things you need to know. Now, this course is going to be evolving as time goes, because I'm communicating with members from our Facebook page, and they're all over the country. And I get real-time feedback on how their attorneys are trying to escape the liability when my documents are stuck in their face. And I use that feedback to make adjustments, to add things, to change the strategies or whatever, so we can make sure that we're screwing those doors shut. So whatever happened over here can't happen over here. And eventually we're going to get it nailed down. And that's about what we're doing right now. We're getting it nailed down. Now, the first document that you have to file is the lawsuit package, is the lawsuit document for $5.5 million. Now, the documents in this package the documents in this course have been changed. They've been upgraded from the documents that people are using on the website. And so the first document you're going to file will be the lawsuit, obviously. The second document maybe will be the restraining order, depending on the posture of your situation. You can't file a restraining order unless you can prove that you are going to be damaged, unless you can prove that you're injured. And you know how that goes. Nonetheless, if you're about to be evicted, then you should be filing a restraining order and sticking it in their face. So the rest of the documents in the package will be filed depending on how the attorneys respond. And there's instructional videos in the package here that actually walk you through the entire process. Like say on the lawsuit website, there's instructional video, but it only shows the very beginning, and then talks about what you have to do. In this course, I will review the entire document and in the video. So you'll see the entire document, and I'll go over things as I'm reviewing the documents that you need to understand and keep in mind or whatever. So I kind of numbered the documents so they have a bit of an order to them. But other than the first one or two, the rest of them, you may not be filing them in the order that they're numbered. So don't get tripped up on that. Okay, as a matter of fact, in this course, you need to be ready to change in an instant. I had a situation in the beginning when I put together the challenge of jurisdiction where we made 2 or 3 changes in a week. So the people, and when we make the changes, we communicate with people in our Facebook group. And what I think I'm going to do is create a new group for the online course, so people in the course can discuss everything and without having all of the other stuff involved, like other 500 people. We're going to start the online course out new, the Facebook page out new. I'm going to get on that here in the next couple of days, and we'll get that set up. So when students enroll in the course, they'll also be able to help each other and communicate through our new Facebook page for the online course. And then that way I can just address the online course stuff as opposed to the lawsuit stuff for the people that's using the lawsuit document packages and things. So when the judge allows, well, okay, so let's start right here. The motion to challenge an eviction court jurisdiction. One of the good things about my package, about my program, is that we have a strategy to challenge jurisdiction of eviction court, and it works really well. And the reason it works so well is because eviction court can only make a determination on immediate possession. They can't make a determination on title dispute. And once I learned that, bam, the wheels were turning. So you file your lawsuit in federal court is your title dispute filed in a higher court. And once you file that lawsuit in federal court, then you will use that to control what's going on in the lower court. And when the judge allows the attorney to represent the law firm and himself, when the judge knows that's in violation of the court rules, then you can use this challenge demand to strike the attorney's notice of appearance. Now, the challenge of jurisdiction, you'll use that to challenge, like, say, eviction court. If you're in a non-judicial foreclosure and you are looking at you are in the eviction process, then you would use that to challenge eviction court's jurisdiction. And then there's a notice of removal here. You would use that to remove the eviction case out of state court and connect it in federal court with your title dispute. And when you take it to federal court, when you do the notice of removal, then you will need to attach a file stamp copy of the challenge of jurisdiction that you just filed in eviction court as an exhibit. And that's how you get other court stuff in the other court. You attach it as an exhibit. So your notice of removal, you attach as an exhibit a file stamp copy of your challenge of eviction court jurisdiction, because eviction court can't hear a title dispute, and title dispute's been filed in that court. And you see how that works. If state court tries to be stupid, then you can ask the clerk to have the judge have somebody call down to state court and tell them to straighten the hell up, because it's no longer in their court and they no longer have jurisdiction over it. Now, I had one person who filed the challenge of jurisdiction in state court, and he allowed the judge to answer it. You don't do that. You file it, and the next day you remove it and you send it over to federal court. You don't give them time to respond to it, because they're going to say they have jurisdiction, do whatever. These people are used to getting away with whatever they want to get away with until you add their butts to your claim. So keep that in mind. They're going to get away with whatever they want to get away with it until you earn their respect by adding their butts to your claim. Whoever's blocking you should be added to your claim at some point along the way. At the end of the day, it don't matter if you're suing the clerk, the judge, the attorneys, the third-party buyer. It don't matter, as long as you're suing somebody for the damages that you're causing you. Now, I added this reply to the attorney's response to jurisdictional challenge with affidavit, just in case someone tries to respond, you'll have what you need. And there actually is a little, here we go, some more showing. Here we go. So reclaim your state citizenship. Now this you're on your own. I learned this from video that I have posted in here, in the same video that someone sent me from YouTube called How to Get on the Do Not Detain List. In my opinion, this is the easiest way and the least expensive way to reclaim your state citizenship. And I think what's great about this process, it's the process of filling out your passport in a particular way according to the video and sending it in to have them send you your passport card with 5 stars on it or whatever to show that you're a state citizen of the state you were born in. Now, I get a lot of pushback from people who do the sovereign citizen and do all this other stuff. And then, well, you know, that stuff is all fine. And I tell them at the end of the day, you don't have anything to verify anything except the paperwork that you filed, and they just try to ignore it. In this case, they send you a passport, your passport card. It's the size of a driver's license, and you use that for your identification or whatever. And that verifies that you are a state citizen of the state that you were born in. So the difference between being a sovereign citizen and filing to be sovereign and to have a secure party creditor and all that stuff is you have the card. They send you the card that you stick in their face when they screw with you. And you don't have any of that when you do those other processes. So I put a little information in here. I also put together a United States affidavit of state citizenship document, and I have it on my website for I think like $50 or something. I've included it in here for you guys who don't have time to wait for that whole process to take place. So this will give you the status in court. Now, it don't provide you with the card to hand to the popo when they pull you over and start harassing you, but at least you'll have the status in court that you can use in your favor. Because at the end of the day, these attorneys, these corporations, they can't injure a live human being. And when you make this move, it takes you out of their corporate status BS and puts you back into the common law section as a state citizen. And they're not supposed to be doing any of the collecting or doing any of that stuff. You watch the video, it's really interesting. And I completed the program myself because the government has tried a couple of times to shut me down. And so So next time they harass me, I'm going to stick that in their face if they bother me again. So the cease and desist letter is a letter that you will use after you have notified the court and have it on record that you are a state citizen of the republic state that you were born in. And this last section, time to sue your ex-attorney, I just added that a few days ago. And that section is going to add a lot of value to the program. Because if you have an ex-attorney going after you, this would be your opportunity to smack them back in the face. Now, keep in mind, legal malpractice, the attorneys have structured our current legal system, and it's not structured to help us, okay? So the attorneys have made it almost impossible unless someone dies to prove damages for legal malpractice. So what we're going to do is go in for breach of contract and demand to have your attorney fees returned to you because they breached the contract. So that's a little bit different than the normal way things go down. But you know, if you cause big enough stink and add the bar association to it for the state that you're in, and to make sure that there's some other people who whose butts are kind of going to get on fire with this, you might be surprised. They might want to settle and just pay you to go sit down and leave them alone. So that kind of pretty much wraps it up. And then down here, we just have some of my Google reviews by some of the people that's in our private Facebook group. This one's left by Joyce Dissemeyer and Sue Boyer and her husband, Jay. They actually were among the first group of people to file their lawsuit. And I want to say it was in September of last year. And I found out just the other day, they're actually still in their house. They went through some stuff, but we're able to stay on top of them. They're still in their house. Joyce here, she just is in the process of getting her stuff filed. And Shamel, she left great reviews on our review page, as you can see here, and also in our Facebook group. She used my process to stop the sale of her dad's house. She also got the judgment that was vacated, reopened back up. And of course, the judge was trying to dismiss all of her stuff, but it didn't matter because once she did all that, she already had her lawsuit filed. So her goal was to vacate the judgment and then move the case over to be connected with her federal lawsuit. So you carry a little more weight when you can get the case open back up and then bring it over to connect to. And the reason you're doing that is because the immediate possession cannot be determined until the title dispute's been settled. And that's what you tell them in the court. And you tell them to connect it to your, and if they're giving you a hard time, you can take a file stamp copy of the notice of removal and take it down and shove it in their face, or you can just have them call them. What I like to do is I like to take the notice of removal and take it down, shove it in their face, and then ask them to send your file over to federal court. Could you send my file over to federal court, please? And there ain't nothing they can do about it. And I love that part. I also love my job too, So I'm going to open back up and take a look and see if anybody's here with any questions. I don't have my chat window. Where is my chat window? Okay, I don't have my chat window. Oh, there it is. Is there anybody there? I think no one was in the chat window because I didn't have it open up. So I'm learning how to do this still. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and shut down. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be on Hamilton Radio, and I will leave a link to the radio station. We're going to be on the radio at 1 o'clock Central Time, and we're going to be discussing the fraudulent property tax collection system and how what you need to know about that. So that's going to be pretty important. That's one of the most popular subjects on my website, the property tax problem. So you guys want to stay tuned to that. Tomorrow, Hamilton Radio at 1 o'clock Central Time. We're going to make it happen. And I will see you guys. Also, what is today? Today's Wednesday. No, today is Tuesday, Wednesday. I will be back Friday night. I'm going to try and have a live feed on Friday night. So let you guys know so you can be ready and log in and chat with me. So thank you. I will see you guys on the other side. Make sure that you subscribe down below and click the bell so when the learning starts, you'll be ready to go.